Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here, and it's time once again for another awesome review of Diamond is JoJo's, actually. JoJo's Diamond is Unbreakable, episode number 18. That is 1-8, bitches. Now, I apologize that this review is pretty late, and I should have, uploaded this review on the day, JoJo Fridays, my dudes, but I was pretty busy. I had some stuff to do that day, so I didn't really have specifically enough time to actually review the episode. But regardless, though, this review hopefully shouldn't be too long because obviously the episode was actually very, very simple. So, yeah, and this time it's all about the money. Here comes the money. Yeah, that's pretty much what it got. And for some odd reason, this episode reminded me of an episode of Ed, and Eddy. Yeah, it's kind of funky how it reminds me so much of Ed, and Eddy, which is like sort of the weird resemblance, but I guess we can go with that. When it comes to, Josuke, Akiyosako, and Shigekyiyo, I believe his name is. Shigekyiyo? Yeah, Shigekyiyo, yeah, that dude. Yeah, yeah, fucking, yo, I don't know if this kid is really dense or really fucking slick. I mean, this dude is pretty much fucking this dude is either mad slick or mad dumb. Like this, I mean, he pretty much comes up as like a kid who has like a mental Down syndrome. If I'm like not mistaken, I believe so. And basically, he actually has that, when it comes to Shigekyiyo, he actually has a stand ability called Harvest, where he's able to summon a whole bunch of these like little cell-looking creature things, or these bug creatures, and he basically can actually like he can pickpocket people. Well, okay, not pickpocket people, I'm sorry. He can find like loose change from like on the streets, in the grass, in rubble, or whatever, etc. Wherever he's able to find all this loose change, or people just dropping money and probably like, what the fuck happened? And it's pretty much just vanished, it's like gone. And what happens is pretty much like nobody really knows, except I think like his mom knows about it. I believe that's what he said. I think his mom knows, and some police officer dude, because, well, no, I don't think he really know. I don't think the police know it's really him, but they kind of suspect that kind of shit was like going down in like in a way, kind of, sort of. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. So he pretty much gets introduced as this kid is pretty much easy to eliminate about how super nice and how super special he is. Does that sound wrong? I don't know if that sounds really wrong. I should have made a point. Because here's the thing, like, I wasn't really the smartest or brightest child either. I was kind of more of the, not on that same level, but, I guess I was a bit too gullible back then, kind of, sort of. I was sort of more gullible, sort of back in the day. Like, I wasn't really, like, the man I am, like, pretty much now, because back then it was, completely, pretty much, yeah, huge. Like, I was pretty much more gullible when I was a kid, believing all this shit. But the dude, even though he looks like he's like a complete out of the blue, not from this planet, he's like, kind of like, the special one in the group. Pretty much, he's not really as dumb as I thought. In fact, he is pretty much slick because he does know his math. And half of the profit means he's not going to get as much as Josuke and Akiyosako. And pretty much what happens is that when they mention about how much money they're going to get, like over fucking billions of millions of dollars. I mean, I forget the exact amount what it was. And then when it happens is that, Shigekyiyo heard their conversation, and it's like, yo, I know what they're trying to do. If they get half of that shit, if each of us get half, I'm not going to get most of the entire thing. That ain't gonna be cool. So he's gonna find a way to slip it in. How pretty much like how Josuke was thinking, like, okay, this dude is buying friendship over for money, and he kind of is in a way. Like, he wants to be recognized. He wants to be someone who is pretty much in that mindset of when it comes to basically when it comes to him, I guess, being so-called friends, even though in the end of the day he's a backstabbing piece of shit, because it's like, okay, you want to get, because I remember he wants to get Akiyosako drinks, like, alright, I got some money, I'm buying, But then pretty much it's like, okay, then go drink something. He's like, what the fuck? Why don't you buy me the drink? It's like, why don't you just go in there and drink it? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he seems like he's that nice person, but deep down, I think it's all for show. I think it's just complete bullshit. Like, I think he's the one playing them for fools, if I'm not correct. I think he's the one. For the manga readers, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure this means the dude is probably playing Josuke and Akiyosako for fools. Like, I think it's pretty obvious on what we're actually seeing here. And especially the way, like, he had, like, a whole bunch of money. He's like, hell, yo, hey, baby. Like, he sees this, like, random hot-ass girl, and he's like, yo, let's go have a good time. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I knew this kid was pulling some bullshit. You know, don't play the whole, oh, I'm special, and I just want some friends, you know, to actually, you know, recognize me, because, you know, I just want to have people who, you know, admire me and compliment me for being a good boy and stuff, and it's like, nah. Why the fuck you lying? Seriously, why? But granted, though, the episode itself, again, reminded me how, you know, Ed, Ed, and Eddy, where it's like, you know, you got, I guess in this case, Akiyosako could be like Ed, fucking Shigekyo could be, I guess, I don't know about Eddy. I always thought of him as being Ed, but nah. Because the thing is, he can't really be Eddy because he's too nice. Eddy wasn't really all as nice, kind of more like a swag kind of guy. Like, you know what I mean? He was the kind of dude who always wanted to be swag. He wanted to always get the bitches. That's how Eddy usually was. And I guess you can tell by the similarities, you know, it was kind of like that. You know, it is sort of like an Ed and an Eddy kind of like episode scenario, pretty much, you know. In a way, you know, it kind of makes sense. How, you know, the similarities. Like, some people, like, I know Chibi Reviews had that same similarity, and I actually agree. I actually could see the whole Ed and Eddy reference right there. Like, it actually makes sense. So, it's a weird cliffhanger, the way they leave it off. How it's like, okay, you know what, I gotta find a way to get these motherfuckers to give me most of that profit. Like, they don't deserve it. So, I think that's what's gonna go down in the next episode. It's a weird-ass cliffhanger they ended it on. So, I was like, is this real life? Is this real life right now? Is this really the cliffhanger we're gonna fucking get? It's like, what's the whole point of this? So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to this episode. Like, then they find like this like random lottery ticket that pretty much, because Akiyosako was like, you never know, you know, it could be, you know, someone could accidentally have a winning lottery ticket. And it's true, you know, it can happen. It's very slightly rare occasions, but it actually can happen. Where he finds that this rare lottery ticket that actually matches up with the winning one, and he's like, oh shit, man, we're gonna trade this in, we're gonna get a shit ton of money. You know, they're all going excited, like calculating like how much money would all add up to. But the problem is they're not really up there to get lottery, because I think they're still minors. So I think they're gonna like find a way to get the lottery ticket in. But it did work when it comes to exchanging some of the, like, the trading coupons and trading in some of the stuff for like cash, like the coupons for cash and shit like that. You know, I guess it's sort of like back in the day, like before GameStop and all that stuff, where you have like, I mean, I guess I didn't realize that stores back then even did that. I think, yeah, certain stores. Like, I think before GameStop there was Funkoland. They used to do the exact same thing. So, you know, it kind of reminds me of that in a way. But overall, the episode, it was pretty funny for the most part, especially the face expressions that Akiyosako, you know, does. And there's just one scene where it's like Josuke's gonna spend on all this expensive shit, and Akiyosako was like, oh, well, I'm gonna save it up in my bank account. Josuke's like, wow, what a fucking loser. So, yeah, so that's pretty much the whole episode. Overall, it's okay. It's an okay episode. I mean, I wouldn't really call it my favorite episode, and I can't believe this shit's gonna be 2 parts, so hopefully the second part will be even better. But in my personal opinion, it's okay. It's an okay episode. Not my most favorite, but it was pretty funny though. It was an okay, slightly average funny episode. I actually did like it. The comedy was actually really hilarious in this episode. I'm not a big fan of the Shigekyo kid because, I don't know, his harvest ability is pretty interesting. I like his harvest ability. Shit, I wish I had that ability. Fuck me, man. I'm so salty, man. Why am I so salty of this character? Why am I salty over a fictional character? But I kind of am in a way. Why am I so salty? But I am pretty salty. Like, I should go to down the shore and drink me some salt water. Because, goddamn, I wish I had that, man. I could take, like, fucking, like, a pet pocket, saving up all that change, going to the change machine and shit like that, and cashing that in. Bro, I'd be, like, set for life, man. This kid should be, like, sky's the limit. But I don't even think he's gotten that far yet. I mean, I think he's not all up there to actually get the sky's the limit. But other than that, that's pretty much it, though. So again, sadly, a 3 out of 5. An okay episode at best. Hopefully this shit ends soon by, like, next week. Because I'm not the biggest fan of this, like, scamming kid. Too gullible. Nah. why the fuck you lying, kid? Like, seriously. So overall, an okay, funny episode. Usually, not too crazy and bizarre. Not like, oh my god, shocking. Like, oh my god, like this is like totally bizarre. Hence the name, you know, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So it was okay. Sadly, it was an okay episode. Hopefully, the second part will deliver. Maybe something will happen that I'm not totally expecting, but overall, it was kind of funny mostly. So 3 out of 5 for that one. Let me know what you guys think. So an okay episode, aka a 3 out of 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of the episode if you loved it or hated it. What you think of the whole concept? What do you think of SHIGEKIYO? Me, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm just not a big fan of the character. I like his harvest ability though. It's actually pretty interesting, pretty unique, pretty interesting. But again, not a big fan of the character though. Not that I have anything against, you know, people with Down syndrome. It's just, you know. Well, actually, correction. I don't even think he really does. I think he's also playing that bullshit as well. He shouldn't be though, because that's fucked up. But I'm done. So that's it. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 19. I was expecting more Kira, but I guess maybe down the line we're gonna get closer to Kira, hopefully, because Kira hype. That stand though, I can't even reveal that stand, but oh man, it's mad lit. So I'm done with that. So this is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. You have a mouse, click, rate, crush me that like button, and spread the word of my channel. It does help a lot. Thank you so much. So peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And do you even pose? So I'll see you guys next week for episode number 19. So yeah, hopefully this shit gets a better second part. If not, it might be but we'll see. You know, I heard something about he might play a bigger role if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So I'm done. Later.